Hello everyone, this is Juan Sarmiento and today is Friday, September the 16th. Okay, we need to take a look. Today is a good day, obviously, but we need to go through each one of our current positions. There is no point in looking for anything new because the VIX, as you might see, is pretty high, and we need to be cautious. When the VIX is high, it's the time to collect profits. Right now is at 27. That's pretty high. If it was at or below 20, then we will consider enter new positions. For the time being, the markets have been dropping rather dramatically and unexpectedly. If you take a look at the SPY or the EX, if you prefer, has fallen below my trend. It looked like it was going to go towards the top. It failed miserably, I must say. Okay, let's take a look at a chart here on the ES. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. All right, let me see if I can pull back out and have more detail. Okay. Let's add the Ichimoku cloud under studies in case you haven't done it before. Edit studies and look for Ichimoku. Double click on it and add selected. There it is. We only need one, so let's delete one of them and then apply or to say OK. And there it is. I have pointed out that it seemed to have rebounded from the low end of the Ichimoku leading cloud, and I thought that was significant rebound, but the news came back negative on the markets. Let me just select the proper tool here. And that may cause the leading cloud to turn red. And that would mean that the volatility will keep on going. That's a definite drop today. Yesterday was maybe not, but today has fallen to a new low here. It's still not the lowest, but it's below the Ichimoku cloud. And the leading cloud will turn red, which implies further weakness ahead. Keeping that in mind, let's go and examine each one of our positions, starting with Apple here. Go to the Analyze tab and see what do we have on Apple. Here it is. We have the September expiration on the call, the October put. Okay, so all we have to do is transform this call or simply add. You can see that this is expiring today at a 165 call. That's going to expire. No need to change that. But we can sell 3 so that it adds up to 6 for the time being. But starting tomorrow, then we will have only 3 on the next expiration, which will be October the 14th. And that gives us 85 cents. That's not too bad, is it? And so that when this call here expiring today goes away, then it looks more like a regular Gini trade. And we are going to, we could sell one of those 6 puts or roll it down if you want. Let's see what works first. First, let's send this off so that it gets done right away. And I will sell my call at, there it is, sold already. Good. So imagine that that goes away, and this is our current position then. All right. So you see that we have 90 negative. Okay. You might say, well, I want to take some of that profit, neutralize my delta. Look at this. Apple is at the edge of the Gini, of the leading cloud of the Ichimoku chart, and you can see the trend has fallen, has changed, so my channel is further down. So I would expect more weakness for Apple, but we don't have to risk anything. We can just sell one of my puts here, analyze closing, and just sell one. Just the one here, and that corrects my delta to 10. Okay. Let's deselect that, and what if we, instead of selling it outright, we simply roll it down? What do I mean by that? Well, say analyze rolling, and I'm going to roll only one. Let me adjust this so you see what I'm talking about. I'm going to buy the one of the existing November 965 calls and sell, same expiration but a lower strike price, which in this case could be 145 or 150. Let's say 145. No, we want to buy those, not sell. Okay, so let's change that to one. I'm sorry about that. Let's change that. 165 is what I am selling, and I'm buying a lower strike price. That's a roll down. 145 here, and that will give me almost $10. You can order it, make an order of $10. Okay, and instead of, well, actually, I need to change the date first. It needs to be the same expiration. And that gives me a whole lot better. Let's put 11:15 and see if that will fill. And if we did that, my deltas become minus 49 or something. That's not bad. Okay. The others seemed like it was taking all of my deltas, bringing it down to 10, and I just don't want that negative. I want still keep a negative tone to it. Or you can do two of these, two roll downs, and that brings it down to 10, which will be equivalent to selling one of them. Okay, so I'm going to do this just the one. Okay, perhaps next week the stock will continue lower, and because it's below the Ichimoku cloud, I say, well, that's pretty negative. Okay, so then I say, okay, I suspect the negativity will continue, and so I'm going to roll it down. As you can see, November 45 put. Okay, and that freeze something just got filled, so let me check it out. Oh, I sold 3 Apple calls here. Okay, perfect. That's what I was trying to do earlier. That got filled first, and that's a roll down. Okay, perfect. This is what it looks like. This one would expire today, and this is what it would look like, and so we'll await that roll down. All right, let's move on to C. I think that will be it for my modifications as of today, October the 14th. There's plenty of time for that to work. Let's go to C. That's Citibank, I believe. All right, so here we have 11 negative puts, 20. Okay, so I already added one put expiring in October. My deltas are way high, you can see that now. And if you take a look at the chart, we are pretty much very close to the low. I want to add, I wanted to add all these other indicators to see, is it likely to turn around from here? Well, it just dropped below the Ichimoku cloud very decisively, and earnings are coming up. So Yeah, we can neutralize it a little bit. How do we neutralize it? Well, same thing as we did for Apple. We sell a couple of our puts here. There's so many of them, we don't need to do a roll down. We simply sell puts. Okay, and I'm not going to do 20 of them, obviously. Just 2 would do, perhaps 2. And that was my Apple vertical. We'll go back to that in a minute. But if I sell 2 or 3, that reduces my delta to 40, and I'm happy with that. Okay? If I believe that the stock could bounce back up, more likely, I would neutralize it completely. I don't think we are there yet, so let's confirm and send. At least there's not a strong indication that the market has come to a bottom, this particular stock. So let's just sell 3 and leave my deltas. Instead of 245, we want to have 45. And there it is. Okay, so 43 is fine. So now if the stock rebounds from here, let's say to 54, well, guess what? I'm going to be making money then. But if it continues lower, we will too. So the point is to neutralize within reason. I didn't go all the way to 0, but 41 gives me a little peace of mind. Okay, let's go back to Apple here. And this is what it looks like now. I'm happy with that at minus 45. Okay, and we have taken some money off the table. Let's go to Costco here. Costco. And I was considering, I'm glad I didn't do, to roll, yeah, I know I did do it. I did lower it, my calls. I made it more positive last time we talked. Well, so what? We're still making money on it. So 500, delta is 18, I'm fine with that. October is the expiration, I'm fine with that, of the shorts. So the shorts are expiring, still a few weeks, October, 21 days, 3 weeks, I'm fine with that. And my deltas are close to neutrality, I'm fine with that. Okay, a collapse in this stock could bring me quite a bit of money. Let's move on to CSX. And here in this case we have a September 30 call, and that's about to expire. We can sell some. So first of all, let's see what is our next expiration here. Let's take a look at a chart. Yeah, it looked like the stock was going to go up, and look at that. Since last week, it's collapsed. Gee, who could have predicted that? I wasn't. And what that means to me is that we have the lots and lots of puts without any delta negative ones. And first of all, let's add to our calls. Okay, let's look at add simulated trades, and if we go to October, that sounds good. 28 days sounds good, and my expiration is 30. So I'm going to sell 1 put, and we're going to say 1 call. Sell 1 call. Okay. Well, as it turns out, we have 10 calls that are expiring today, so now I can add another 10, and we have 28 calls, so we can even put 15, or 14 would be the half of it. Okay, so let's put 14 calls just to make it half. And we can do the exact same thing for the puts. Except that with the puts, yeah, we don't have any puts. Do you see that? We don't have any puts now because the market collapsed. Now it's worth it. I think last time I said, well, the puts wouldn't be worth selling because we wouldn't get much out of them, but now there is. Okay, so you see the puts, we have 32. Half of 32 will be what? 16. And half of the calls, let's reduce this. Okay, so 127. Do we think that stock needs to be that bearish? It is sort of, but by next week I think it could reverse. Okay, so this is a straddle. So let's sell a straddle instead of combining. I'll do them separately. Let's combine them. Say analyze, sell, straddle. And what are we selling? Well, we are selling the October 14 30 strike price straddle. And we can sell 14 of this. And that gives me a lot of money back. How much? Well, let's do that. Create, confirm and send, or create duplicate. And how much am I gonna get? $3,178. Whoa, let's have it. Note that 14 plus 10, the existing calls, that's 24, and that is covered by my 28 calls. And then we can add one more or two of these short calls. We'll see. Let's see what we get when we get filled. Right now, minus 244 seems like quite a bit of money. Okay. As of today, $220. Okay, let's go to Disney here. All right, so in this case, September 23, that will be next week. We can do the puts, roll over the puts, but look, delta is neutral. I'm in no hurry to do either one of those. Let's see what happens if we do the rollover. And we would roll over to October 14th as well. That will give us 45 cents. And look at, without the transformation is 12 delta. With the transformation is 46. Okay, do I believe the stock will go down further? I do believe so, yeah. It's likely to fall below the Ichimoku cloud. Let's take advantage of that expectation, but if I'm wrong and it bounces back up, we'll be all right. And then the call, we'll see if the bounces off, then we can do the rollover next week, or simply add the shorts, October 14 call shorts, if this one is about to expire. Let's go to GS, Goldman Sachs. That is right in the middle of my strike price, and this is October. The delta is neutral. I don't need to change that one. Okay, let's go review what we have here, what we need to still look at. Okay, Apple was resolved. All happy with that. Let's see. That's pretty good at 49, 50 deltas. Okay, it's 50 negative. I tend to, okay, we need to make it delta neutral most of the time, but the market is showing a lot of weakness, and I don't want to get in the way of that, okay? Particularly Apple. You can actually draw, let's do that. It looks really interesting. And we could draw a channel here. It looks like it's gonna fall below. So you click on the top and to the highest high here, the lower high, that is. And then come over here and click on this. Yeah, there you go. It's within the channel. What if it breaks below the channel? That would be very significant. So I want to be very observant. It could bounce from here, but the trend is lower here on Apple. You can even also use the Ichimoku, I'm sorry, that was a Disney trade. Okay, let's see this Fibonacci retracement, because if we go over here, click once, click at the top, and then back down, this will give us an indication of how much retracement has it been from the top. Assuming that this is an important low and this is an important high, and we have retraced close to 61.8%. If it was to fall below, it could very easily go retest the low, but it might find support here and go bounce to the top. We'll see. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Okay, so we just saw that Disney trade was filled. Let's go to the Analyze tab. My platform is really slow today. I apologize for that. I know what the problem is. Okay, here, deltas is 46 negative, and we have now the October. We rolled over the October put, and we're waiting for that 120 call. Okay. This is due to expire next week. But so next week we can do something, adding more calls to that, but not now. Okay? Also, if I'm happy with the way things are, let's go to the Monitor tab, account statement on Disney. Here. Year to date negative. Okay, let's give it a chance, all right? I was thinking that we could take profits on Disney, but I also think that the stock is going to break down, and we can make the same observations as with Apple. With my Fibonacci tool. And we are around 50% there on the retracement. So it could still go to 61.8 and break below the Ichimoku cloud. The stochastic is pointing down, and we seem to be ready to violate the Ichimoku cloud, so it's turning very bearish as well. Okay, now let's go to anything else. We are still waiting for that CSX, in which we were selling this straddle. Unless I will have it adjusted until it gets filled. Okay, so let's do that first. Just open it here, and let's lower it something in the middle, just so it gets done fast. And then I'll keep watching for that. All right, that's all. Right. And there it is, filled. Okay. So let's take a look at the chart now. All right, and we have 14 calls, 14 puts, 28 calls, 32 puts. There's plenty of puts, and we are just below. Yeah, let's see. We can sell one call. Not much point in doing that. It's really gonna go test the lows, because now in this case it's gone below 61.8%. You see that? And definitely below the Ichimoku cloud. So the weakness is there, and that means it's gonna go test the previous low, and it could even violate it. So we don't get in the way of such moves. So we can sell one more straddle, but I'm just gonna stay away from that, and then do this, and then this is what the trade looks like with 200. There's so much bearishness here, minus 260, and we are at 29, which is very close to our strike price. So I don't see selling puts as a good idea just yet, right? But we will once it goes over my smiley face or under my smiley face. You can sell calls and puts together, and that will be fine. Let's sell one more. And that will give us $227 more. Just then, sell one more so that it's sort of more balanced. That's all for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.